stylistically, when you see a fighter like him, it is not illegal to do certain punches and throw certain punches or hit certain areas. It is not, as long as it's not below the belt line. Is that true?
I
Are
mean,
you
if you
saying
can't
you're
hit
gonna hit
behind the
me in the
head,
back of the head? Yeah, like,
Huh?
can't hit behind the head. I mean,
No, I know. There's rules to it.
back of the head. You can't hit
No,
nobody
but
in the back
like,
of the head.
just saying, like, you know what? January 31st.
Hello, fight fans. This is Kenny B with his co-host, the Birdman, Robert Bird.
Welcome.
And we are here with the official call, and we got some good stuff today. You just seen Shakur Stevenson and Atia Firmo. They will be fighting January 31st, and the biggest concern that Shakur had or has is rabbit punches. That's what's going to be our topic today.
Well, isn't that funny? That big concern is exactly what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes, sir.
Rabbit punches.
Yes, sir.
And you know something, Kenny? I can understand his concern about that particular punch because, and maybe a lot of people don't really understand or know what the origin of that is. And I want to share that with our fight fans out there.
Yeah.
Rabbit punch. This term actually originated from a hunting practice,
Right.
where hunters would go and they would do a quick strike in the head of the rabbit, on the back of the rabbit's head, and they used that method to kill the animal without damaging the fur, because they wanted the fur,
Yes.
to be intact. So that's where that term rabbit punch originated from.
Right.
But now, how does that come to us? Well, in combat sports, such a blow as a rabbit punch is a foul.
Yeah.
It's a foul,
Yeah.
okay, in combat sports. And I'm going to tell you what the rule is. The rule is that using a rabbit punch or otherwise striking an opponent in the back of his head or the base of their skull or the back of their neck, that is the foul itself. That is what a rabbit punch is by rule. Now, in the other thing is that in dealing with this, the consideration, as in all our fouls, has to be whether or not that foul was intentional or accidental.
Yes.
Okay. Now, once we've determined, number one, it was a foul, and we determined whether it was accidental or it was intentional, then the next step normally is to utilize the proper mechanics.
Right.
Okay. To notify and bring about compliance with the rule that is governing that foul, and and then initiating any of the appropriate penalties that needed to be assessed for that. So, as in combat sports, as an official, the most important thing for us to know is the rule. Okay.
Yes.
And so, knowing that rule, being able to recognize what it is we're seeing is the foul, and then determining is that accidental or intentional, and then coming up with the proper mechanics to let everybody know this is what just occurred and this is how we're going to handle it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be dealing with today with rabbit punches, and it was certainly a concern to Shakur, and it should be.
Yes. It should be, and just in what you just said, what makes it so surreal now is, as far as a referee, you have to be on your game, because a rabbit punch can happen like that.
Absolutely.
A punch can go and the fighter can recoil and throw another combination or two, and you're trying to assess the punch that possibly was a rabbit punch while there's action taking place. So you really have to be focused on your game, because it happens as quick as an eye blink.
Yeah. Well, and we know that such a blow in our sport can be so severe that it can cause death,
Yes.
and or irreversible irreversible, I should say, injuries, including spinal cord injuries,
Yes.
and damage to a brain stem. So it's a very, very dangerous punch.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why so much focus has been put on this goes back to a fight that really brought a lot of notice to this particular foul.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the fight between Pritchard Colon
Yes.
and Terrell Williams.
Yeah.
In a fight where there was multiple times that Pritchard was hit with rapid punches, and to the extent that even the commentators were saying, after a while, because he kept complaining to the referee, I'm getting hit, and the referee didn't acknowledge it.
Right.
And like I said, the commentators, I think it was probably about round 9 or 10 in that fight, they were even mocking it, saying, well, I think he's faking that.
Yeah.
Well, history will let us know that it certainly wasn't that.
Yeah.
That particular fight and the way that it terminated really set the tone for how we dealt with and the focus that we put on rapid punching in combat sports, not only in boxing, which is our specialty, but also all combat sports.
Yeah.
Because it left this young man with irreparable damage.
Yes.
Subsequent to that fight, he was in a coma
Yeah.
for 221 days.
Yeah.
I read an article, and this fight occurred in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I read an article that in 2025, after all of this time, he just finally is able to get into a wheelchair to kind of recognize his family members.
Yes.
So he's come a long way. But
Yes.
the damage that those punches did to him,
Yes.
rapid punches, okay, it speaks to the terrible damage that fight can do. And I can understand why Shakur would be concerned about that.
Yeah.
Because if I understood what he said, what the TL was saying is that, people can do certain things, and certain things are, as long as it's not below the belt, it'll be okay. I think that's what I heard him saying. Well, the head is definitely not below the belt. So was he really saying that, if the opportunity comes, and I think that's what Shakur was saying, would that mean that you can hit me behind the head simply because it's not below the belt? So I'm wondering. I'm really grateful that we've chosen this topic today to educate our fans out there about it and the severity of it.
And I just want to add to what you said in that interview. I believe Shakur said that if you do it, I'm going to do it back. And we follow both of them's career, and we know that both of them are clean fighters. And I'm glad we're talking about the subject today so that the fans will know that when it comes to rapid punches, just like anything else, was it intentional or was it unintentional? And we got some clips that we're going to show. We ain't going to show the whole round that led up to it because that would take too long. But we're going to show clips where punches are being thrown, and depending upon what the defensive fighter did, says a lot as to what caused the rapid punch.
Right.
Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to look at is a rapid punch that is intentional, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the first one that we're going to look at, I believe, is in fact clip from that Pritchard Colon Williams fight. And clearly you can see that
Yes.
is
Yes.
intentional.
Yes.
He hit him in the back of the head. And
Yes.
this was probably the 9th or 10th time that had occurred,
Yes.
okay, during the course of this fight. And the thing that was also of note in this particular fight, the commentators who were commentating on this fight, when he
Yes.
went down like that right here,
Yeah.
they were saying, "Oh, he's not really hurt. You know, he's faking."
Yeah.
Well, time and history has told us that that punch and all of those that preceded that definitely was not upon someone who was faking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you could also see in that video because fighters are positioning themselves. There's a lot of angles that go with what they do, and you could see in the video that Pritchard was kind of more off to the side. He wasn't facing him face to face. And because he was kind of off to the side, it gave him that position to throw that punch to the back of the head,
Right,
which is intentional.
Yeah. And you can see that while they come in, he doesn't have to hit him there.
No.
Okay, so that's one of the things we
Yeah.
look for is, was there some hesitation? Was there consideration of what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
And certainly that's clear.
Yes.
And that he knew what he was going to do and he did it.
And he did it.
Okay.
Yeah. And he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Another example of one that was intentional. Okay. He meant to do it. Was a fight that occurred right here in Nevada.
Yeah.
Was a fight between Zab Judah and Floyd Mayweather. And the thing that's significant about this fight is that the fact that it occurred almost triggered a riot.
Yes.
You were there.
Yes.
I was there when it happened, and it was clear.
Yeah.
It was clear that the punch was intentional.
Yeah.
And in matter of fact, it was followed from a low blow and then a rabbit punch.
Yeah.
And I think we have a clip of that.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a clip of it.
There's a low blow, and then right there.
Deliberate.
We saw the low blow, and then we saw the rabbit punch.
Yes.
And clearly, Floyd Mayweather was affected by it.
He was affected by it.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned earlier, we can't show you the whole fight that led up to this point because it would just take too long. But I can explain that the early rounds, I thought that Zab Judah was winning. I thought he had basic command of the fight. And then as Floyd started to pick his pace up, he got control of the fight. And I thought at that particular time of the low blow and the rabbit punch that he was winning the fight. And I think that there might have been a little frustration on Zab Judah's part that this was happening. And then, you get a low blow.
Right.
And then you get a rabbit punch right behind it, which to me it just kind of says that he's showing his frustration.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the other thing that's important about this, and you know that one of the things that we don't do is criticize officials.
Right.
But I think we also have a responsibility to be fair.
Yeah.
And what we can see in the reactions between this particular fight and the Pritchard Cologne fight is that the inaction of the referee in the Pritchard Williams fight is what largely contributed to the outcome of that fight. The presence of mind and the veteran ability of this particular referee, Richard Steele was referee in this fight, helped to calm the situation down, although it doesn't look like that right now.
Right.
But it was his calmness and his presence that allowed things to calm down and order could be restored. And that fight went on to its conclusion.
Yes, it did.
So what I'm saying is there was a significant difference between how the fight was handled and the outcomes that came from it.
Yes.
Okay. And that's very important. That is very important.
It's very important because, like you said, it could have been worse.
Much worse
than what it was.
Yes.
And if I can recall, there were quite a few fines that was handed out to certain individuals because they had the opportunity to look at videos and see exactly where all the instigations and all the issues that developed after the files that took place and yeah, it was a mess.
And that's particularly important as an official, that you take the proper action at the proper time in the proper way in order to avoid situations that are going to ignite the emotions of the fans. In this case, because you and I were there, and I'm telling you, we were minutes away from a full-scale riot.
Yes.
Thank God that Richard had the presence of mind to handle the thing the way he did, and to restore order and to allow that fight to continue to its proper end, because according to the rules, according to the rules, there should have been someone disqualified in that fight.
That's right.
That, on top of everything else, would have probably helped to ignite the crowd.
Exactly.
Had that decision been reached.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of consequences that if you don't make the right decision in the right way, there's a lot of consequences that can be very negative.
Yeah.
Okay. And we don't want to do that.
We don't want to do that. And before we go to the next clip, I just want to ask you this, Birdman. I spoke to a boxer a few years ago, and because I never boxed myself, I never was in the ring, and I asked him about rabbit punches, and he said there was a time. He said, I did a fight, fought a fight years ago, and whenever me and my opponent that I was fighting got into a clinch, he would just tap me. Wasn't putting any pressure or putting any power on anything. He would just tap me on the back of the head. And he said he did it throughout the fight. The referee didn't make a big deal of it because it wasn't a big deal. But he said later that evening, I got the worst headache that stuck with me all night long because of that little tap, honest little tap.
Yeah. Well, I think in life, the example that goes hand in glove with that would be a drop of water just dropping on a rock. Okay? Just a drop at a time. Drop at a time. Doesn't seem like much, but you know what? Creates canyons. All right, in the end. But so I understand. I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah. But now, every now and then, when we're on this subject, we talk about people who, and in their mind that they intended to do what they did.
Yeah.
There are situations, however, in the course of a fight where a rabbit punch would occur, but there's no intent.
Yes.
It's accidental. And in most of those cases, my experience has been that the person who gets hit with that rabbit punch contributed to it by ducking down or dodging or turning his
back.
And when those things occur, then we have to look at it in a different vein. We have to look at it as being accidental and go from there. And I think we have some examples of that.
Yes, we do.
Okay,
yes,
show
we
folks.
do.
And this is,
Yes.
I believe this is Ennis
Yes.
versus Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as you can see,
Yep.
he's bending down.
Yep.
Okay. And that's why that punch landed to where it did.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Exactly.
And there's no intent. It's in the flow.
Yep.
Okay. So sometimes it's accidental.
Yes.
This is a situation where you have, yes, a rapid punch.
Yes.
Definitely. But there's no intent.
There's no intent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's fighting. They're both fighting each other. They're both engaging.
Mhm.
And again, you got movement from the left to the right, forward, backwards. And a fighter is supposed to face his opponent.
Yeah.
Now, you can do all the movement that you need to do to either protect yourself or to strike and attack. But at the same time, if you're throwing a punch, and as we can see, the fighter turns, he's allowing that punch to land
Right.
in the area because you turn your head.
Right. Well, the bottom line is that it is impossible to hit someone in the back of their head when they're looking at you.
Yeah.
So if
Yes.
you're getting hit in the back of the head, something
Yeah.
is happening that is allowing your head to be not facing on
Yes.
to that opponent. Okay.
Right.
Now I think we have
Right.
another example of and again Mr. Ennis. And again, this is unintentional.
Yeah.
We ruled
Yeah.
it accidental. He's bending down.
He's bending down.
And that is what caused
Yes.
him that punch to land where it did.
Yes, it
Okay.
did.
So,
Yes,
and
it
that's
did.
very important. It's very important from an officiating point of view to understand what it is you're looking at.
Yes.
Okay, and when you're looking at that, and you're trying to assess in your mind,
Yes.
is what occurred, is this accidental or is it intentional? And that's going to dictate to you
Yes.
what mechanics you're going to use to let people know what happened, what just happened, and why you're taking the steps that you're taking.
And that's why, and you have mentioned many of times, I've mentioned it, what makes referees' jobs so tough. It's the toughest sport to officiate because you got to be on top of it. I mean, it was obvious there because the fighter turned, but there are other circumstances where things happen where consciously you have to know what direction you're going to go with as far as how you're going to handle a rabbit punch.
Yeah.
And I believe the next one that we're going to discuss and talk about is in a clinch.
Yeah, because that happens a lot of times. Guys are locked up.
Yes.
Much same as your guy in your example.
Yes.
He said, we were locked up and he was,
Yes.
So yeah, that happens a lot in clinches because everybody it's two alpha males, and
right.
So that happens.
Yeah.
It happens in clinches. Now, I know that you've done it. I know that I've done it. As a referee, if I got a situation where both of them were in a clinch, and they're both tapping each other,
right.
Man, what I've done, and I know that you've done it because I was there when you did it. What I've done is I would call time, send that fighter to the corner, bring this fighter out and say, I'm taking 1 point, 1 point from you for tapping behind the head, and I wanted to stop.
Right.
And now you go to your corner.
Right.
I bring the other fighter back out. I get a point from you too, because you are doing exactly the same thing, and I wanted to stop. Go back to your corner.
Right.
Then I bring them both together and said, I want this rapid punching to stop right here and right now.
Yes.
Send it back.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because they're both doing it.
They're both doing it. And as referees, and this is good for the young referees out there, you got to always have control or allow it not to get out of control.
Right.
So in the situation of what the Birdman just explained, he's right. I mean, I've done it. And it doesn't have to be just rabbit punching. It could be holding, it could be low blows, whatever the case may be. If both of them are doing it, you can stop the action, call time, bring that one fighter over, admonish him as opposed to sending him back, then bringing the other fighter out.
Yeah.
It control is the whole key.
Well, and the bottom line is one of the things that you did and I did, and the reason why we did it was you always want to, as an official, make certain that the playing field is level.
Yes.
Okay. We don't want to reflect, let there be a reflection that we're leaning one way or leaning the other way.
Exactly.
If it's not justified.
Exactly.
If it's justified, yeah, I'll lean this way.
Right.
But if it's not justified, your job is to make certain that it's a level playing field.
Yeah.
And by doing it, by handling it that way, the way you did and I did,
Yeah.
that's what we did.
That's what. Yeah.
And I know in my fight it stopped.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
So and that's what
Same
you
thing.
want. That's
Yeah.
exactly the outcome that you're hoping for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, interesting enough, all of this is that we're talking about focuses on boxing.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that this rabbit punch thing is so devastating. It's happened in other sports.
Mhm.
I was researching this, and there was a soccer match, and one of the players was so upset with a call by the referee, he ran up and he cracked the referee in the back with a rabbit punch,
Oh boy.
killed him.
Wow.
Matter of fact, he was tried for second-degree murder.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that, you know, this even happens in other sports.
Right. Right.
The different, the continuity is that it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a rabbit punch,
Yes.
okay, that caused that damage. And so that's why we often get criticized sometimes for some of the actions that we take. Well, you know, and the bottom line is our job is to keep that fighter from taking unnecessary damage.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And sometimes in spite of themselves, because fighters they don't realize how hurt they are.
Exactly.
Okay? And our job is to assess that, we hope, correctly.
Yeah.
And take the steps that's going to allow that fighter to go on to a happy life,
Yeah.
a healthy life, shared with his family and friends, or to save his life, because fighters have died,
Yes.
you know, from things that occur in that ring.
Yes.
And our job is to try not to let that happen, and to help fighters, okay, not to allow themselves to be put in that position.
Right.
So we hope, folks out there, that we've covered this and we've enlightened you about this very serious foul called rabbit punching. I can tell you that in the state of Nevada, they've adopted basically a no tolerance rule about rabbit punches. I know that when I went into the dressing room, one of the things that I would always stress to them very strongly and very clearly, if you do that, the consequences could be severe.
Yes.
Do not hit that person with a rabbit punch.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you now, right here in this dressing room, right now, don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I think that a number of commissions probably have followed suit from Nevada with sort of a no tolerance rule.
Yeah.
And obviously we have to be careful because there are situations where it's accidental,
right.
You know, and so you do have to use a bit of discretion with doing it.
Yeah.
But you cannot shy away from what it is you need to do in handling rabbit punches.
Yeah. And I think we got one more clip.
Okay.
The clip with Ali and Chuck Webner.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
And again, we're dealing with rabbit punches. I remember this from years ago. And if you look at the video, Chuck Webner, and this is rabbit punches that are thrown in a clinch. When they're in the clinch, you can see Chuck Webner, and now Ali is reciprocating on the rabbit punches because he kind of motioned to the referee that Chuck Wepner is throwing rabbit punches, and apparently the referee didn't respond quick enough for Ali.
Right.
So he just,
Yeah,
there he
you
is
can see
there,
it, yeah.
tapping the back of his head,
Uh-huh.
saying to the referee, he's hit me with a rabbit punch. And because of it, then you can, there he is again doing it. And then you'll see Ali,
Yeah.
which was illegal for him to do, but he did it anyway.
Right.
But
right.
in a clinch situation, it's kind of obvious that
Mhm.
if you throw on a looping right hand and you're up face to face with your opponent,
Mhm.
that punch is gonna go a little south. And
Yeah.
yeah,
And that goes back to what we did when we pulled those guys out and took a point. He pulled out and took a point.
yes,
That didn't happen in this fight, and the reason that Muhammad began to reciprocate is because
yes,
that wasn't done.
it wasn't
Because
done.
he's saying this man is taking advantage of me, and you, referee, you're not doing anything about it.
Yeah,
You're not you're not doing what you ought to be doing.
right.
So if you're not going to do it, guess what?
That's right.
I'm going to take matters into my own hands.
Exactly.
And as an official, you never want that to happen.
You never want that to happen. And Shakur, like I said earlier, both you guys are gentlemen.
Yeah.
I know when you get into the fight, you're going to get into the fight with the attitude to subdue your opponent by doing it with fouls.
Mhm.
So for me and the Birdman, we wish you both good luck, because we don't know what the outcome is. But the key thing for both of you is that you come out of the ring and you're safe and you're sound and you're as healthy as you were when you climbed in the ring. We want you to climb out of the ring.
Yeah. Well said. Well
Yes.
said.
So with that being said, Birdman, is there anything else?
No, just that to all the fans out there, this job, being a professional boxing referee or combat sports referee, I should say, is, as Kenny has mentioned earlier, the most difficult job in sports officiating. And that's because the sole goal of the participants, in our business is to render your opponent unconscious.
Yes.
Okay? In no other sport
Yes.
is that the goal.
Yes.
And that's why it is so important to, as professional combat sports officials, to know the rules, to have the intestinal fortitude to do the things that you need to do in order to ensure that that bout is conducted in the proper manner, and that the fighters conduct themselves in the proper manner, and that the outcome is what it should be.
Yes. Yes. So, fight fans, for me and the Birdman, we thank you for tuning in to the official call.
And to join our official squad, you can subscribe below.
And remember one thing.
Please support the show.
Yes.
Please support our show. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Checking out our podcast. And also, we have merchandise, and that merchandise is in the link that is in the description.
So remember, what I say you must obey.
Let's do this.